Hello, good morning! Yeah! Karon basa tag libro. Practice tag English, although we learn a little bit of English. Yeah. Yung grammar na siya, at least masabta na siya ginagmay. Pero we need to improve it. You know? We need to keep learning. I need to keep learning English. Para makat-on tag English, kailangan ta mabasag English pod. Pero nakanindot ani kay Japanese. English pero Japanese to basa ko na. The courage to be disliked. Yeah. The Japanese phenomenon that shows you how to change your life and achieve real happiness. Okay, are you happy? Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitaki Kuga. Okay, so let's start. The courage to be disliked. Basing ganahan mo palit ani libro ha, na sa Shopee. Di ni siya sponsored ha. Courage to be disliked. Yeah. Yeah. The courage to be disliked. The Japanese phenomenon. Basa na po yan. Author's note. Sigmund Freud. Ano basa yun? Freud? Freud.
Englishman.
Sigmund Freud. Sigmund, Jung, and Alfred Adler are all giants in the world of psychology. This book is a distillation of Adler's philosophical and psychological ideas and teachings, taking the form of a narrative dialogue between philosopher and young man. Nasabtan. Adrian psychology enjoys a broad base of support in Europe and the United States and presents simple and straightforward answers to the philosophical questions. How can be happy? No! How can be happy? Adrian psychology enjoys a broad base of a support in Europe and the United States. And the present simple and straightforward answers to the philosophical questions. How can one be happy? Adrian psychologists might hold the key. Reading this book could change your life, you know? Now, let us accompany the young man and venture beyond the door. One on the outskirts of the 1,000-year-old city lived a philosopher who thought that the world was simple and that happiness was within the reach of every man. Instantly, a young man who was dissatisfied with life went to visit this philosopher to get to the heart of the matter. This youth found the world a chaotic mass of contradiction, and in his eyes, on the outskirts of the 1,000-year-old city lived a philosopher who thought that the world was simple and that happiness was within the reach of every man. Instantly, a young man who was dissatisfied with life went to visit the philosopher to get to the heart of the matter. This youth found the world a chaotic mass of contradiction, and in his anxious eyes, any notion of happiness was completely absurd. Wow. Introduction. Youth, I want to ask you once again. Okay, youth, I want to ask you once again. You do believe that the world is in all ways a simple place? Philosopher, yes. This world is astonishingly simple, and life itself is too. Youth, so is this your idealistic argument, or is it a workable theory? What I mean is, are you saying that any issues you or I face in life are simple too? Philosopher, yes, of course. Youth, alright then. But let me explain why I have came to visit you today. Firstly, I want to debate this with you until I am satisfied. And then, if possible, I want to get you to retract this theory. Philosopher, ha ha. I don't know. Ha ha. Because I have heard all about your reputation. The word is that there is an eccentric philosopher living here whose teaching and arguments are hard to ignore, namely that people can change, that the world is simple, and that every can be happy. That is the sort of thing I have heard, but I find that view totally unacceptable. So I wanted to confirm things for myself. If I find anything you say completely off, I will point it out and then correct you. But will you find that annoying? Philosopher, no. I would welcome the opportunity. I have been hoping to hear from a young person just like you and to learn as much as possible from what you can tell me. No. Mas may pa mo English, mas may pa mo basa ng bata kaya nako. Youth, thanks. I do not intend to dismiss you out of hand. I will take your views into consideration and then look at the possibilities that present themselves. The world is simple and life is simple too. If there is anything in this thesis that might contain truth, it would be life from a child's point of view. Children do not have any obvious duties like paying taxes or going to work. They are protected by their parents and society. And can going to work, they are protected by their parents and can spend days free from care. They can imagine a future that goes on forever and do whatever they want. They don't have to see grim reality. They are blindfolded, so to them the world must have a simple form. However, as a child matures or adulthood, the world reveals its true natures. Very shortly, the child will know how things really are and what he is really allowed to do. His opinions will alter and all he will see, impossibly, his romantic view will end, can replace the cruel realism. Yeah. Philosopher, I see that is an interesting view. Mas fluent na yun ang English, ba?